Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some new information that we have regarding the first episode of Heartland Season 14. And trust me when I say, I think this episode is going to be a lot more emotional than people think. But before we get into all that, I need to remind you guys to please leave a like on this video if you enjoy and to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. To help me reach the goal of 20,000 subscribers, I would really appreciate that. And as well, before I start, just a friendly reminder, I'm in no way, shape, or form affiliated with Heartland, nor do I claim to be. I have no affiliation with the show whatsoever, and I have no idea what is going to happen in Heartland Season 14. That being said, nothing that I say in this video is confirmed to be happening in Heartland Season 14. Let me repeat myself. Nothing that I say in this video is confirmed to be happening in Heartland Season 14. It is just my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. Now, we do have the official title name and synopsis of the episode for Heartland Season 14, Episode 1, and it is Keep Me in Your Heart. Now, that title is emotional in itself, if you ask me. I feel like it's going to have to do with a lot of grief or change or something like that. And the synopsis of the episode regarding Amy's storyline for at least this episode, and I'm guessing the rest of the season, is that she's going to have to deal with a big change in her life. Now, if you are a fan of Heartland and you have been watching my videos for quite some time, or even if you haven't and you've just been keeping up to date with everything going on with the Heartland Season 14 release and all the rumors and speculation that have been going around with the announcement of Heartland Season 14, specifically the rumors regarding Graham Wardle's involvement with the show and what seems to be like his lack of involvement, I guess is a better way to describe it, with Heartland Season 14, and just how little it seems that we are going to see his character. That has sparked a lot of rumors asking if Ty is going to die, or if Amy and Ty are going to get divorced. Now, I don't think Amy and Ty are going to, I don't think Ty is going to die. I do think, however, that Ty and Amy could get divorced, because that is a huge change, and that is something that is going to change Amy's entire life. And that is something that we know is going to happen from the synopsis of the first episode of Heartland Season 14. And we do know from promotional photos that Ty is in fact in the first episode of Heartland Season 14. So that might be where we understand what has happened in the time that has passed since the events of Heartland Season 13, because there's always a little bit of a time jump when it comes to new seasons of Heartland, and there's always some time that has passed since the events of the last season, in this case the 13th season. So with the time jump coming into effect and us already being aware that Graham is in fact going to be in the first episode of Heartland Season 14, I'm wondering if in that episode we are finally going to see him walk away or decide to leave and, separate, or is it going to be that that is when the events are going to take place that lead to the departure of Ty's character completely from the show? Either way, I think that this change that is going to happen with Amy is going to drastically affect the show, even if that doesn't include a divorce from Ty or a separation or anything like that. Anything that that is in regards to the main character of any show dramatically affects the show as it moves forward. And then the next thing that I have seen people talk about, which I don't think is going to happen in this season, but I think it's going to happen in the next season, should we get a Heartland Season 15. And that is the idea that Spartan dies. Now, a lot of people, when they see the synopsis of the first episode of Heartland Season 14, they think that the big change that is going to happen with Amy is going to be that Spartan dies. And I completely understand where that comes from. I understand why you think that. In Season 13, we saw Amy kind of come to terms with the fact that Spartan isn't as young as he used to be, and that she needs to kind of look for a new main horse. And we see from the Heartland Season 14 trailer that part of, or the majority of, Amy's character development or storyline for season 14 is going to be most likely gentling the cult that we saw from Heartland season 13, which I honestly cannot wait to see that. I've seen some people complain that horses are no longer the main focus in Heartland, and I completely agree. I think that horses and Amy dealing with horses needs to kind of be brought back into the main storyline, because it is what Heartland is all about. It's how Heartland gained its popularity, and without the horses being the main focus, I think the show could be in great jeopardy going forward. But with that being said, I don't think that Spartan is going to die this season. Here is what I think is going to happen, and again, this is just completely my own thoughts and opinion. So if you guys disagree, that is completely fine. But here's what I think is going to happen. I think that throughout season 14, we are going to see Amy come to terms with the fact that, you know, Spartan isn't as young as he used to be, as we've seen in Heartland season 13. And then in season 14, we're going to see Amy get closer to the cult that she's gentling. And then by the end of season 14, that cult is going to be Amy's new horse. It's going to be her new, it's kind of going to replace Spartan, I guess. I really don't like the thought of that, but that seems to be where it's going. And then in season 15 is when Amy is going to lose Spartan, and Spartan is going to unfortunately pass away. And that is just my own thoughts and opinions. And again, we saw in the Heartland season 13 finale, when Ty and Amy were talking, Ty said that Spartan was going to be around for a long time. Now, unless something changes and Spartan gets really, really, really sick, and that is the huge change that Amy has to deal with in Heartland season 14, I really do not think that Spartan dying is going to be the big change that we see with Amy that she has to deal with in Heartland season 14. I really truly think that it has something to do with Ty and her relationship with Ty, because just because of all the rumors that have been going around speculating about Graham Wardle's departure from the show and him being written off the show and stuff like that. I really, really think that it has something to do with Ty. And as unfortunate as that is, TV shows change all the time. New characters come, old characters leave, new characters replace them, and that's TV. And the sign of a good TV show is being able to cleverly replace. You truly never replace a TV show character, but you bring in another character to kind of, I guess replace is the only word to use, that main character. And I've said before and I'll say it again, I think Lou is going to play a major role in this season, as well as Georgie and Quinn. And I really think that Amy is kind of just going to be a supporting character, supporting player this season, as we see Lou, you know, balance being the mayor and Georgie revisiting the Olympics, because that is something that was also mentioned in the synopsis of Heartland season 14 episode 1, which I cannot wait to see. But when it comes to Amy dealing with the big change that changes her life, I truly, truly think that it has something to do with Ty and a separation with Ty, a divorce between her and Ty, or something like that, and that's simply going off the fact of how little we've seen Graham Wardle be on the set of Heartland season 14 compared to Michelle Morgan, Amber Marshall, and the rest of the main cast of Heartland. But again, that's just my own personal opinion. If you guys have a different opinion, that is completely fine. Let me know what you guys think the big change is going to be in Amy's life as we go into Heartland season 14. Again, I really think it's going to have to do something. It's going to have something to do with Ty and a possible separation or divorce. But then again, that's just my opinion, and I'm entitled to my own opinion, just like you are entitled to yours. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. I would really love to hear what you guys have to say and what you guys think. But that is all I have for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.